Yes, people, what we're saying. Today, I had the pleasure of being joined by PFL featherweight Brendan Loughnane. Obviously, Brendan's taken on Chris Wade at PFL London on August the 20th in the featherweight semi final. The other semi final being Kudo versus Bubba Jenkins. So, we spoke about his upcoming fight with Chris Wade, but we also spoke about last season and his shortcomings, as obviously he did lose up against Kubelaev, who went on to win the title. So yeah, we spoke about them two things. I also got his prediction on Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman coming up on the same day his fight is. And then we had a bit of fun towards the end. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm here joined by Brendan Loughnane. Thank you for joining me today, Brendan. How are you feeling?
No problem, mate. Good to be here.
Good. I just want to rewind back to last season. And this is the stage that you got to in last season's post-season fights. Obviously, you lost narrowly to Kabalaev, who went on to become the champ.
Yeah.
What makes this year different to last?
I know what to expect now. Fucking hell, it's the hardest thing ever, mate. This PFL tournament, fighting every 6 weeks. It's hard on the body. It's hard on the mind. It took me a year to get used to it, and I'm in such a better place than I was last year.
Yeah, you are looking at a completely different fighter this year as well. Obviously, you've gone through this season and got the two really good wins. And I know in a recent interview you mentioned that Peter Murray called you to tell you about the news of PFL London. How did it feel that you were the one that he called to tell that news to?
Did I say that?
Yeah, I think you said that in a interview with Sky Sports.
Fuck knows. I think I actually did not. I told Pete to do the show here. No.
I think you said that you were kind of telling him to come here to do a show, and then he called you to tell you the news.
Well, that was a lie. I must have lied. But me and Pete have got a great relationship, and I've been telling Pete for a long time, please come to London, please come to London, please come to London. And after 3 years, we're finally here.
Yeah, I mean, you have been the one that's been bearing the flag for the UK in the PFL for a number of years now. So how does it feel to finally get that wish of being able to fight for the PFL in London?
It's about time, mate. I mean, me have to do that travel all the time. I mean, this has been my ninth fight in PFL now. Fucking hell, and they've all been in the US, so it's good that they're finally coming over here, mate, and expanding the market.
And how has camp gone over here in the UK?
Better than ever, mate. Can't wait to fight Chris Wade. Anyway, put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, talking of your opponent, he did finish top seed. Do you see him as one of the best in the division apart from yourself?
Yeah, I reckon this is the final, really. I mean, I've already beat Kudo, who's in the other semi. So, like, I just see this as get past Chris Wade and then it's plain sailing.
And if it is Kudo that you meet in the final, do you think that might go the same way?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like Kudo was fading in the fight towards the end of it, and I feel like another 2 rounds, because it's 5-minute rounds to final. I just think it would favour me so much more.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that you're not fond of Chris Wade. I know you've spoke about the fact that obviously he's had some things to say about the cutting his kind of his money. What is your opinion on the notion of fighters now like taking this stance towards their promotions of like fighter pay?
Well, he's done nothing about it, has he? If he's fighting me next week, he's getting the same wages. So what's he doing, mate? You sat there moaning about it and saying you're waiting for the phone to ring and all that. Shut up, mate. Like, the phone ain't going to ring, bro. That's what I said. So it's made absolutely no difference whatsoever, has it?
That's something that kind of you don't see fighters complaining in the PFL. It's something that I think he's probably one of the first that has came out and made a complaint. Obviously, you see it in the UFC and whatever, but I think this is kind of the first time it's kind of happened in the PFL.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but again, like I said, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. They fed Chris Wade for many years now, and now he's trying to bite the hand that feeds him because he's a jealous little cunt. That's what he is. And when it got released to everyone, what everyone was making, he was fuming and started complaining about it. But just focus on yourself, mate. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's all you can do.
And do you think that with him complaining about something like that, his mind's not really with the fight in such as he's not really thinking about the game plan or whatever? He's too busy thinking about maybe the
Mate,
monetary side of it.
the guy's a moaning little bastard. Like, oh, I've got to go over to Brendan's hometown. First of all, it's nowhere near my hometown. It's a 4-hour coach journey, mate. So get that in your head for a start. 2, what else was he moaning about? London was booked well before our fight, mate. It could have been anyone. He's acting like he's getting dragged over here because it's me and it's London. Shut up, mate. Like, the guy just moans about everything. So get your ass over here and let's fight.
Yeah. And I saw recently that you had the chance to meet one of your heroes, Ricky the Hitman Hatton. What was that experience like for you?
Legend, top guy, love him. Great energy. And, we still stay in touch. So it'd be good to see Ricky again.
Yeah. And how much did you learn from that experience? Did you kind of get to speak to him about obviously the fight game? Obviously, I'm sure you did. And was there much that you kind of learned from him with that?
Just bringing like how to get the Manx behind you, really. Because, he used to bring tens of thousands over to Vegas to watch him and filling arenas here and just asking advice on that, really. That's all it was.
Yeah, perfect. And obviously someone else that will be fighting for extremely high stakes on the same date as you is a fellow Brit, Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
I think I think it was the same interview you did with Sky Sports. They kind of got you to do a top 5 British fighters. And I don't think Leon made that list at that time. Was that just an oversight from you, like just forgetting Leon because of how many other top quality UK fighters there are?
Fucking hell, mate. I must have got put on the spot. No disrespect, because best British fighter, pound for pound, mate, at the minute. Yeah, no disrespect to Leon. I'm a massive fan of him. And I genuinely think he's going to win.
Do you? Yeah.
I do. I really do.
I'm buzzing that you think that, because I know a lot of people are kind of overlooking him, aren't they? I think British fighters just don't get the respect they deserve, regardless.
Unless you're Paddy.
Yeah, unless you're Paddy. That's very true. Yeah. Being from Birmingham myself, obviously I'm rooting for Leon. How do you think he gets it done?
I think he's not lost a fight since their first outing. I think he's got more experience now. I think his takedown defense is better. I think his striking's miles above Usman. It's just going to be about keeping him off him, which is not easy, but Leon's the man for the job.
Yeah. Something that kind of surfaced yesterday on Twitter as well was a picture of you in Greece doing a cage fight. And you said that there was a hilarious story behind that and a wild story. Let the fans know what that story is, man.
So I actually went on holiday with my friends. I was only 2010, so we're talking 12 years ago now. And we was going to go and watch an MMA show. We went there. There was a pull-out, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. And I didn't know anything about the opponent, nothing. He was 83 kilo. I was about 70 kilo wet through. Had no MMA, didn't have a gum shield, didn't have gloves, I had a pair of beach shorts on, and took the fight. And you can watch the fight on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious. First round was pretty tight. The guy got hold of me and I thought, wow, this guy's strong. And then just managed to pull it out of the bag in the second, and then just carried on my holiday like nothing had happened.
So it was just a lad's holiday that you were on, then it kind of, the opportunity just arose and you took it.
Exactly.
That is mental, man. That is just mental.
I know. Going back when MMA was raw, you wouldn't be able to, you know what I mean?
No, of course not. But yeah, right. Just going back to obviously you fighting for the PFL and the league structure they do. I know you've mentioned at the start of this that it is the toughest thing a fighter can do, fighting for the PFL. Do you think that kind of structure might deter fighters wanting to come over to the PFL?
Nah, they all think it's hunky-dory because they'll see the pound signs and they'll think, yeah, PFL. But let this be a warning to all these people that are signing up. This is the hardest thing you will ever do in your life, mentally, physically. You're going to be put through the mill. Every fighter I speak to within the PFL's feeling it. You fight through injuries, you fight through... Just think about it, you have to fight. 6 weeks later, you're fighting again, but you have to cut weight again. You have to carry whatever you had from that fight in, or you're just out the tournament. And it's just very hard, but it's worth it at the end. Obviously, there's a big cherry on top.
Yeah, of course. And how does that kind of structure kind of change your mindset and kind of build you up as... you'll build your mindset differently?
It just makes you bulletproof, mate. If you can win the PFL, you can do anything.
Yeah.
If you can fight times in 5 months and win all 4 fights, you're an animal, mate, and you deserve it.
Yeah, definitely. And then I've just got some kind of different style questions for you, just to add a bit of fun into it. Because obviously I know you do a lot of these, and they might be a bit boring, but I just want to kind of get a bit of fun to it.
Go on
So
then, mate.
answer them as you hear them, bro. So if you could change or add one rule in MMA, what would it be?
Change that downward elbow thing that they're doing. That's just silly.
A lot of people said that. The 12 to 6 elbow, get that out.
That's John Jones's one loss, and it's just bull. You know what I mean?
100%. If you could make the perfect fighter using fighters from past and present, who would you use for striking, grappling, and heart?
Ooh. I'd probably use McGregor's boxing.
Okay.
With Wonder Boy's kicks.
Okay.
Nate Diaz's heart.
Nice.
And Justin Gaethje's tenacity, like forward. Yeah, that's probably, I would use that.
Yeah. Who would you use for grappling?
Good question, actually. Khabib,
yeah. The 2 men in the back, you get them in one fighter and forge a perfect fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you were stranded on a desert island, who's one fighter you would pick to be stranded with?
Darren Till.
Darren Till, why is that?
Because he's a buzz, mate, and we'd just have a laugh.
Yeah, and you'd get in some good training, man.
Exactly.
100%. And then just the last one, how is your PFL semi-final fight with Chris Wade going to go down?
You know what, mate? I don't do predictions, but I've trained off. It's in my hometown, and it's in my home country, and I'll be more than ready to put on a show for you people.
Buzzing, man. I can't wait to see you in there, man. Hopefully, I'll be able to get down to the event and we can get some more time in. But I'm buzzing to see you in there and hopefully see you get to the final.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Have a good day, mate.
And you, bro. Thanks for joining me.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bro.